Hi, you're back with Josh Goldberg in this emotional skill masterclass. Okay, this is video 3, and in video 3, we're going to be talking about how to be emotionally available and to emotionally connect to someone else, okay, to other people. So now that you've completed video 2 and you're strengthening your emotional connection with yourself using the emotional experience and emotion journaling exercise, in this video, we're going to go through how to be emotionally available and how to emotionally connect to your significant other and to family members, to friends, to anyone that you choose to have an emotional connection with. We're going to talk about some skills today and how to actually to do that. Now, being available emotionally for other people, as I mentioned in the first video, is a very great asset. It certainly makes other people feel loved and cared for, and as a result, you will receive more love and care and attention in return. Okay, so emotionally connecting to your significant other is also the foundation of physical intimacy. It creates physical intimacy, it creates the drive and the yearning for physical intimacy. So working on your emotional availability and ability to connect to your partner will certainly improve and strengthen your intimate relationship, okay, which is very important. It's the number one thing in a relationship is the quality of the intimacy, which comes from the quality of the emotional connection. Okay, so let's get started. So now that you can label your own emotions and identify your own emotions and feel them and validate them and let them go, the next step is doing that for someone else, okay? And the way that starts is with something called emotional attunement. And what this means is that if your partner or the other person is not expressing how they feel to you, emotional attunement is a skill that you can use to notice that they're having an emotion, but they're not yet expressing it, okay? So they might be kind of acting a little bit short. They might have facial expressions. It might be in their body language. It might be in their tone of voice. Whenever you notice that the person is acting emotionally, being attuned to this is very important, and this is the time when you ask them, so you ask them what they're feeling. Okay, this is how it starts. So you start out by letting them know that you're noticing something. So you might say something like, "Oh, hey, I'm noticing at the moment that you seem a bit you seem like you're having some feelings right now. Okay, I can tell by the way that you're doing things that something seems to be bothering you, and I want to understand what you're going through and what you're feeling. So what are you feeling at the moment?" So that's number one, is asking them what they're feeling. Now, remember that some key points. Other people's emotions are not a result of anything personal to you. Other people can have emotions and it's not something that you're responsible for. It's not something that you necessarily directly caused. Other people's emotions are all valid, and all you need to do is to try and understand what they're feeling and to validate what they're feeling. Okay, it's not about explaining things that you did to try and alleviate their emotions. It's not about becoming upset or blaming yourself or trying to describe solutions to their emotions. Okay, having emotional attunement is about separating emotions from everything else, okay, from details, from facts, from the scenario. Even if what the person is upset about you didn't even actually do, it's not the time to start talking about what you did or what you meant and all this stuff. The number one thing is that when the person is having emotions and they're strong emotions and they're behaving from these emotions and they want you to notice that they're feeling something, your job is to notice this and to only deal with the emotion and try and understand what they're feeling and to validate their emotions. That's it. When you try and understand someone's emotions and you validate what they're feeling, despite the facts and what really happened, what it does for the other person is that it gives them a fantastic feeling of being cared for and loved and noticed, and it actually regulates their emotions, okay? It actually allows them to let go. This emotional energy that they had leaves the body now, and if you're able to positively assist this process, then this person is going to be very favorable towards you, and that's what we want. We want people around us that want to be close to us, and this happens through trying to understand their emotions and to validate their emotions without judging the situation and without trying to defend or to explain or to provide solutions to someone's emotions. So I'll give you an example. If your partner comes home from catching up with some friends and they come home and they start complaining about the way that things went, and they say something like, oh, so-and-so never listens to me when I talk, it really bothers me, and I feel really frustrated and abandoned when they do that. Okay, the last thing that you want to do is to provide any form of solutions or advice for this emotion. Okay, obviously they're having feelings, so a totally incorrect thing to do would be to say, so why don't you just not hang out with this person anymore? Simple, right? Just get rid of them. Okay, that's not the right thing to do. That's providing solutions. Emotional attunement is dealing with emotions as emotions and forgetting about everything else. Okay, so that's what you should not do, is provide solutions or to neglect the person's feelings or to kind of side with the other person. Okay, your partner's emotions and the person that you're trying to connect to, their feelings are number one. They come first. Try and understand them. Try and ask them about it. Okay, listen to what they're saying. Try and understand what they're feeling. Okay, this is empathy. And then validate their emotion by saying, I totally understand that you're feeling frustrated, and that is understandable in that situation, that you would feel frustrated that your friend is not listening to you, and it certainly is a valid emotion. It's totally okay that you're feeling that. Okay, make the person feel validated and that it's okay that they're experiencing that emotion, and then this emotion inside them will actually leave. Okay, and if you positively assist your partner and the other person in doing this, this is going to create a very close bond. It's going to result in this person being very favorable and close to you. Okay, they will be very nice to you. They will want to be near you. They want to do things for you. If it's an intimate relationship, okay, the intimacy, okay, the sexual relationship is going to be very close and deep and meaningful, and they're going to want to have this with you. So this is emotional attunement, and then it's about asking questions like what's behind this emotion, what's underneath what you're feeling. This is empathy, okay, understanding their emotion. And lastly is validating the emotion, and that's making the person aware that it's totally okay that they're feeling that. And you can do that by just saying to them, I understand that you're feeling frustrated about that interaction with your friend, and it's totally okay that you're feeling that. It's totally valid, and this will be a very nice validating and connecting experience, and it regulates their emotions internally. And this emotional energy that they let go of will be converted into intimate energy for the intimacy that'll happen later on, which is a very nice and connecting thing. Or if it's with a friend, it'll create a more clear and understanding mutual relationship. Okay, so just to recap on some key points. So emotional attunement is noticing emotional behavior and actually asking them what they're feeling. Okay, you can report to them what you're seeing. You can say something like, I'm noticing that you're very quiet at the moment. What are you feeling at the moment? And then if they say what they're feeling, if they say, oh, I'm feeling upset with you, okay, or I'm feeling mad at you, I'm feeling angry at you, I'm feeling frustrated by you. Okay, if it's about you, it makes no difference. Okay, remember, when there's emotions, the emotions come first. It doesn't matter if you did something wrong or not. It's totally irrelevant because, as I mentioned in past videos, emotions are not factual. They're not reality. They're not facts. Emotions are energy, and to be emotionally connected to someone means that you are understanding and validating this energy. Don't worry about the facts. Don't defend yourself if they said that they're upset with you. Don't explain the situation. Don't provide solutions for the emotions, okay? Just try and understand their emotion. Put everything else aside. Ask them what they're feeling. Ask them what's underneath it. So if you ask them what they're feeling and they say, I'm feeling upset with you, and then you ask, okay, so what's underneath this feeling of being upset? And listen to what they have to say. And if what they say is not even true, it makes no difference, okay? The emotion is there, and your job is to try and understand what they're feeling and to validate their emotion. And this will make the emotion leave their body, and they will certainly pay you back in different ways, 10 times the effort that you put in. So if they say to you, I'm feeling upset and mad at you that, you know, you looked at this girl at the cafe 5 times. Okay? So that's what they're upset about. So they think that you've looked at someone else. So rather than defending, rather than explaining, rather than trying to provide solutions, don't get into what really happened. It makes no difference. The emotion is still there. Okay? So you say something like, I totally understand that you feel mad at me for that, and it's a valid emotion in this case, right? Validate them, understand, and this will make them feel noticed and validated, and then this emotion will leave. So if the emotions are repeated, okay, and it's the same emotions over and over again, and you're finding these emotions are coming up often, and it's something that is not kind of like random and varying and sporadic, okay, this could be unresolved trauma that the other person has, and then this turns into a different scenario. So if you're dealing with that, please reach out to me, because if someone has a consistent pattern of jealousy or anger or bitterness or irritation, and they are constantly making scenarios with you in it to try and validate these emotions, then you can't keep trying to understand and validate emotions from past abuse or from past trauma. So please reach out to me if you're finding that you're dealing with the same emotion over and over again, and the situations are kind of being fabricated on a regular basis to validate this emotion. That's a different issue. But if it's just sporadic emotions, all emotions are valid. All emotions deserve to be understood. All emotions are healthy to experience, okay? Both pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral emotions. So this is what it takes to be emotionally available to someone else, okay? So just to recap one last time. So emotional attunement is noticing emotional behavior and asking what they're feeling, and letting the person know that you're noticing that they might be having some emotions right now, okay? Don't jump to any assumptions or conclusions about what they're feeling. Don't say to the person, oh, you look mad right now, what are you feeling? That's not the right thing to say. And don't say to the person, oh, you seem upset right now, what are you feeling? Okay, don't push any emotions onto them. Just say to them, I'm noticing that you might be feeling something at the moment. Okay, I can tell by your facial expressions, or you're very quiet at the moment. Like, what are you feeling? Is there any feelings that you want to express that you're feeling? I want to understand what your emotions are, what you're feeling. So just ask the question in a very general way. Don't mention any emotions, because you can't guess what other people are feeling. You have to wait for them to express their emotion, and always do the emotional attunement phase with a very soft and safe and welcoming tone, okay? Like, don't be like, oh, what are you feeling right now? You know, what are you feeling? Don't be aggressive. Use a very soft tone. Make the person feel comfortable to become vulnerable and to express their feelings to you. So be warm, welcoming, safe, be attentive, okay? Don't have a phone in your hand. Don't be looking around the room. Give the person your attention and ask them what they're feeling. When they express to you what they're feeling, ask them what's underneath the emotion, what's behind this feeling. I want to understand this emotion. And then when they describe it to you, you provide them with the empathy and the understanding, and you let them know that I totally understand that you're feeling frustrated in this situation, and it's totally valid. It's totally okay that you're feeling this way. And that's validation, and it regulates them, helps the emotion to leave their body, makes them feel great, makes them feel cared for and loved. It forms a very strong spiritual and emotional connection. It leads to more clarity in the relationship, more problem solving, more intimacy, more closeness. And just remember, emotions are separate to everything else, okay? Thoughts, facts, scenarios, other people, okay? It doesn't make any difference. I want you to get into practicing treating emotions like they are a separate entity by themselves. And just when you're dealing with emotions, it doesn't matter about thoughts anymore. It doesn't matter about facts, about details, about scenarios. You're there to try and understand the person's emotion and to validate that emotion and to connect with them by providing empathy by doing this. If you have any questions on how to be emotionally available and to emotionally connect with your partner or with other people, with family, friends, please feel free to reach out. My contact details are going to be in the description of this video. It takes practice, okay? Practice it and be patient with yourself, and always look out for emotional behavior and ask the question starting with what. Okay, never ask a person why they're feeling something, and never ask a person how they're feeling. Okay, always use the word what. What are you feeling? What emotion are you having right now? What's behind this emotion? What's underneath this feeling that you're having? Using the word what is a great way to connect with a person and to get a a connection going by understanding what they're feeling and then validating the emotion. So keep trying, be patient with yourself. The key is practicing this skill. Okay, emotional connection to yourself and to other people is a skill. Okay, you can learn it, and like all skills, it requires practice. Okay, so practice this skill, and I guarantee you that by practicing this emotion skill with connecting emotionally to yourself and to other people, you will notice a significant improvement in your relationships and in your own happiness and in your own fulfillment, and that will spill over into all other areas of your life, into your health, into your business, into your career, into your peace in the home. So please practice this emotional skill in providing empathy and connection to your partner and to other people. If you have any questions, reach out. Thanks so much for watching, and I wish you all the best with developing an emotional connection to yourself and to other people.